Little brothers are usually amazed by the powers that are their big brothers, but for George, it works the opposite way. George is a 15-year-old table tennis player, and so is his little brother.
Well, my brother wanted to play with me too, so we started practicing when I was 12, and he was 7, and he got really good fast. So now we're even.
George learned the game when his dad brought home a ping pong table, but then the tables turned.
Let's just say that he learned faster than I did, so he started teaching me.
At today's coconut ping pong games, both brothers are competing, and they both have the support of each other from the sidelines.
Well, it feels, he supports me all the time, so, I feel calm.
And even though this 9-year-old can show up his big brother, that doesn't make George any less talented.
My table tennis career probably won't be too high, so I'll probably aim for the nationals, not world. Definitely not world. When I started playing, I wasn't playing for serious competition, just for fun. It was only about when 3 years later I started to get serious, but then I was kind of late. So yeah, my brother, he has a chance. Started out really well.
His goals may not be the same, but his passion and adoration for his little brother is what makes him successful.
Really proud. He did what I did in half the time, so.
So for George, table tennis isn't always about the wins and the losses. For him, it's about watching his little brother amaze him. Not too many people can say that table tennis put the world on their fingertips, but this young internationally crowned champion can.
When I got to be 12, I won a scholarship to go to Japan and train. And when I came back, I won some national titles and got a sponsorship and made the national junior teams. And then it just took off from there.
Barbara, who's 22 years old now, started playing ping pong when she was around this girl's age.
I started at this club maybe 15 years ago when I was 7, and I had my coach Jack, who's still here today, and it was just one of those things I tried when I was really little. I did ballet and dance and table tennis.
But she only stuck with one of those activities, and it happened to be the one that put her on a world stage.
I feel like my middle school and high school years here in Maryland were totally enchanted. I left every 2 weeks to go travel to some place in the world to compete, and then come back and went to school like a normal person. So I played on the junior team for 6 years, and it took me to countries all over the world: Japan, Canada, Sweden, Brazil, the Dominican Republic, China. And then when I went to college, I continued playing, and this summer I competed as part of a 400-member U.S. team at the World University Games in China, which is the top university athletes from around the world in all different kinds of sports, and it was amazing. It was great.
She went off to the University of Pennsylvania right after college, but always stuck with her passion.
When I played in the World Cadet Challenge, which is the top 4 players from each continent. And I was playing in Madeira, Portugal, an island off of Portugal. And at 14, you learn so much about different people and different cultures, and learning how to connect with people, even if you can't speak to them, but through table tennis. And which is an amazing experience from anyone who's 14 and traveling the world by themselves and meeting people and getting used to new cultures.
And what else does a woman who has the world on the back of her racket need? For Barbara, that's a shot at the Olympics.
The next step up would be to see how I play at the U.S. Nationals this December, and then to qualify into the U.S. Olympic trials for 2012, which are in February. I tried out for the 04 and 08, so I made it into the top 10 to try out, but I've never actually made it into the top 3 that goes on to compete. So we'll see how I do at Nationals, and then that would be the next step.
And that's not the only perk to being a champion.
I used to coach the governor of Delaware, and you meet like movie stars and stuff as well. So it's really fun, and it's something I hope to do for the rest of my life.
And while Barbara has nearly reached the peak of her game, she knows she can't let up now. She's still as focused as she was when she first started playing.
Playing big tournaments is great, but you always have to keep refining your skills at smaller tournaments and local tournaments. And I think it helps everyone else in the club as well to have me here, and then I have a great time.
Tips from an international ping pong sensation. If you've never thought of ping pong as a competitive sport, well, think again. The game we all played as kids is now being played by the pros in a competition that leaves no ball unturned.
I was 9 when I first started, so it was kind of late because everyone else started when they were around 6. So I guess I was trying to catch up to them.
Meet the under-16 Junior Olympic World Cup champion, Lilly Lin, a girl with very few words, but with a whole lot of talent.
I started off just playing with my friends, and then I started getting lessons from coaches, and then my parents thought I could join some competitions and stuff. So I started going to competitions, and then I got my rating, and I started getting higher, and I practiced more.
She may have started late in the game, but Lilly is no easy win. And neither is her young team. They started together, they played together, and most importantly, they win together.
I started to watch my friends play, and then it seemed kind of fun, so I started playing with them.
And these girls put a lot of work into their passion, working day and night on their strategy to beat the competition.
I practice every day for an hour or so.
And all that practice helped Lilly win a championship she never saw coming. She'd never won a tournament before the Junior Olympics. And when she won that, she faced her dream.
I felt happy, I guess, and joyful and excited because it was a really big thing, and that was my first really big tournament that I actually won.
Now that Lilly's won that tournament, she's ready for more.
I hope I win more tournaments, and maybe I'll get into the team, a national team or something.
And for a game that takes us all back to our childhood, and for a girl that sees ping pong as her way to life, we say, play on.